Hey everybody, this is Lisa Baudouin. Welcome to Lisa's chat room. Today is December 21st, 2022. It is going by quick. Christmas is coming up. I'm going to be talking today about my lettuce and my beet crop, my indoor hydroponic experiment, along with my playbook plan on how to make it so that I have a continuous crop and harvesting of the foods, especially lettuce, how I'm going to go about doing the timing, because I thought about this a lot. There's one thing to create the greenhouse garden. That's just the first step. Second is to understand the plants. But the final one is, how much am I going to eat? I do go to the store. I do buy organic lettuce. It's okay, but I would prefer to grow my own. One, because I can cut it myself, harvest it myself, which is great. Secondly, it gets wasted really fast if I don't eat it all the time. So I want to figure out exactly how far I have to go before starting a new crop. And then there's deadheading too, because what I will do is I will deadhead this lettuce, which means I will just cut it off like this. Show you that in my playbook plan. But first, I just wanted to show you, this is the iceberg lettuce here. And I put one down there already. This is established. This is what I would call established. Anything that has more than 2 leaves. And actually, I like it to have a little bit more, but it's okay. As long as it has 2 leaves, then I consider it established. It's actually growing pretty well. So I'm using the small cups. I keep the cotton ball very wet at this point. Until the roots are down into the water, I'm going to keep this cotton ball saturated. And I'm not sure. I've never done this before. This is an experiment. And again, also too, I'm not an expert in anything. So anything I share with you, of course, you're doing so at your own risk and peril. So trying this is new. But for now, I'm keeping that cotton ball saturated. It seems to really help roots get established. Once the roots get established in the base, you can kind of see these roots are starting to grow. I have this water up pretty darn high, and I'm going to be lowering it now once I get those roots growing. And you can see there's actually quite a few of them coming down. I will lower that water now. I'll start to get it lower and lower. And I did not put on until today. So it looked like this. Now, this is my kale. This is not established yet. So I just have it sitting on top of a few rocks. The rocks are basically going into the water. So that's what that's for right now. Once the plants are established, the rock kind of helps them just stay a little in place. Just have it actually out on the outer circle. That's all I've got. So, but it started like this, and I actually just did this just now. So what I call established. I'm making like steps. You know, step 1, seed. Step 2, sprout. Step 3, established. So I've got that. Next thing are my beets. Now here's my Jupiter beets, and I did this. Okay, it looks horrible, doesn't it? It's just sitting in water right now because I'm establishing the root. And once I establish the root down there, then I will start to lower that water. Now, I have seen a couple of videos on beets. One where a man had a lot of success and had huge beets, and one where a woman had not much. And we're talking about hydroponic beets, by the way. What I think, and again, I'm not an expert, but it seems to be where the beets weren't very big for the one person because it wasn't tall enough. And actually, I don't think this is going to be tall enough. I'm going to try to find other containers that can allow that beet to grow and allow the roots to be into the water. And again, I'm not an expert. I'm going to try it, see if it works. I'll be sharing my video so you can just watch as I do this. Here I've got my date as well. This is just orange masking tape doubled over. Just twine, just a little thread. And I can use this over and over and over, this thread, which is great. All right, so that being said, my goal, my dream would be to have a lettuce wall, which is wonderful. But the thing I wonder about is, are they using them all up? Which I would assume they are. But for me, I don't need 500 heads of lettuce. I don't need all that. All I need is enough to sustain my life, so that, you know, the plan would be to have just enough so that I don't have to go out to the store to buy any. I can come downstairs in my basement right here and I can harvest as I go. The plan would be that I don't have to put them in containers ever. That I would just have enough to continually come down, harvest, and just keep planting and keep that procedure, I call that process. I showed you my playbook plan, and I showed you all the things, studying and everything I look at and what I'm trying to figure out. This is the playbook plan for continuing, just crop propagation and just continuing going. So, and you can use this. They take 5 to 10 days to germinate, but they actually germinated on the 9th because once I put that where they sprouted, I put that down there. Here I put establish that there. Here is the approximate harvest, which is based on the 35 days of this lettuce. Okay, so 35 days out would be about January 4th for the iceberg, and since I planted the gourmet on the 9th, it would be about January 13th. Okay, this means actual harvest. This means consumption day. So how long did it take me to go through that lettuce, to use it, to harvest it continuously until it was gone? This is actually the plant death. In other words, when was the plant not harvestable anymore? Or it just, was bad. And I think that's really important. You need to know all this and pattern, because you're trying to establish a pattern. You're trying to see the pattern of how